Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Renaissance Kiki, and today I'm coming to you with another episode of Motorway Musings. Today I want us to talk about one thing that is very important to learn in life. If you don't learn it early enough or you don't recognize it, it will keep coming, and then you wouldn't know how to navigate it. So hopefully in this episode, I'll be able to tell you how to spot it, how to navigate it when you have this happening in your life. It's important to have friends and family who love and care about you. It's very important to have that kind of circle in your life who are not concerned with your output or what you do for them. Of course, every relationship is built on some form of give and take. So being blood is not enough. Being friends is not enough. You have to be pouring into their life, even as you expect them to be pouring into your life. Even if it's just a phone call once a month to check up on them, see how they're doing. Even if it's just some encouragement, you see that they've posted on LinkedIn that they got a new role, to say congratulations, you're doing well, I'm proud of you. Just little things, right? People who care about you but are not in your everyday space, and you can rely on for a morale boost. It's important, very important, that everybody has that circle. If you don't cultivate it, you can start with church. You can start even at work, maybe former colleagues. At work, you can start with people that you no longer work with. So the dynamics is not the same. You are now in a different space, and maybe they are across the world or something, so they can understand what you've been through, or you can understand what they've been through, or vice versa. So get those friends, right? It's also important to vet those friends and friendships and relationships. By vet, what I mean is, if there's someone in your space that you are calling a friend, you're calling a brother, and they do not serve that purpose anymore, it's important to see it, recognize, put it in its perspective, find out whether the feeling is mutual, like you are just at two different levels in life now, and you just want to move on, right? So it's important that you put that in perspective. If they are frenemies, actual enemies disguised as friends, parading around you, just trying to have access to you or to be able to tell others that they have access to you, it's important that you activate your intuition by staying in line with the word of God, staying prayerful, staying in tune with your spirit. See how you feel when you are around them. See how you feel when there's interactions with them. And it's important that you spot a frenemy as soon as possible. Once you do, take action immediately. This action could be a decision. The action has to actually start from a decision. So once you have observed, then make a decision that I'm not going to allow this person's space around me to be able to be a source to me, right? Because interestingly, I've come across some videos online from HR personnel where people were saying that, oh, this person is my friend, this person can give me a recommendation, And it turns out that the person within the company who was supposed to give the recommendation was rather the one going to HR saying, please make sure you don't bring this person here. How did that happen? How did someone think that another person was a friend enough to trust enough to explain their goals in life to, and let them know that, oh, I want to join this establishment, a company you didn't set up, a company you've just been employed into, and your friend thinks, oh, there's a mutual this is a mutual friend or acquaintance in that company, so let me say hi to them and see if they can put in a word for me. And then it's they are rather actively saying no, right? But because you have put them out there as your friend, you've actually included them in your online as someone who can give a recommendation about you. Now HR has to trust their word. So it's important, and it's important that you spot these things and put them in perspective. Someone at this time is doing this, right? It doesn't have to make you now like afraid of people. It doesn't have to make you afraid to make new friends. It doesn't have to make you worried about the world and start propounding theories and going by sayings written by broken people at the time they were broken to now be your mantra for life. Okay? Stay positive, but if you spot that someone has a hint of envy, jealousy of you, of your things, of your situation, please, please, please do not recommend them anywhere as your friend. Do not post them on your status. Do not do anything to make people want to want to ask them about you when they have to. Okay? So it's very, very important that you stay true to who you are. Of course, continue to develop, and part of that development is screening your relationships. Also, there are people we met that based on proximity or by association we came into contact with. I always tell my sister that most of my friends now are actually her friends. So because we went to the same schools, went to the same had the same interests, the associations that I joined happened to be ones that she was in it prior. So anyone who was her friend would naturally rub off on me, and I mean, they are all cool people, so why not? And we've grown to have a big family of friendship that I'm sure will last us till we are old, and I love that. When you have that, you also need to understand that you need to cultivate it. You need to invest time and effort into it. If you don't invest the time, someone's child is 5. The mother had a very interesting story about how this child came to be. So celebrating that milestone is important to her. If you are her friend, you need to show up. Okay? You cannot somehow be too busy and then call yourself a friend, because then people cannot rely on you for emotional support, and that's what friendship is about. A note of caution to married folks. The tendency is when you get married, especially Christian marriages in Africa, when you get married, the tendency is that you get a lot of advice about how your husband should now be your friend. Don't discuss your home with other people. That is good advice. Do not discuss your home, the issues within the home, with friends, just for discussion's sake. But you can discuss you with your friends, because you made the friends, right? And you is not just your marriage. You is made up of so many aspects of your life. your career, your family, side hustles, your hobby, your relationships, and your marriage. It's just a part of your life. So the friends that you have can be supportive perhaps in your business, or they can be supportive perhaps in your hobbies. You like to samba dance, and you don't look like the typical dancer body size, so you have a friend who is also plus size that you dance with, or that you dream of dancing with. You love to travel, and you have amazing friends who also share the passion of traveling and also have the means to travel. So you need them for that. And whilst traveling, you share your love for different cultures, different foods, and all of that. That is not your marriage, but that is you experiencing life. And it's okay to experience life. Everything doesn't have to be about your marriage. So when all of a sudden you get married, I married very early. So if I had taken this approach or this persona, I would have lost all my friends by now. It's okay to listen to the advice, but it's good to sieve it through the wisdom that God has given you yourself and your own personality. Imagine if I can be a bit, I keep to myself a bit. I can keep to myself, and I can be all over the place. But imagine someone who is typically all over the place all the time, and then they get married, and all of a sudden you're telling them someone whose bridesmaid trail alone was like 20 girls. It's obviously a social butterfly. And you're telling her that now she's married, all of a sudden her husband should be her friend, her confidant, her... Says, honestly, it doesn't work. He doesn't want to be your friend, your confidant. He himself has his own circle of friends that he needs to stay healthy and good. And things happen in marriages. There are times that you don't want to even see the person. It's true. It's life. So once you have that healthy circle of friends, think of it as a business. Okay? Let's reason this out as a business. Imagine you're a business. You've grown a very good product or service, and you have only one customer. It means if that customer decides to take their business elsewhere, you're out of business. That doesn't seem like a wise thing to do. Most businesses pride themselves in the fact that no single client carries at least 1%. A very good business, a very well-established business would tell you that no single client carries 1% of their revenue. And it's very important for the client to business dynamic. I'm jumping too much into business, but honestly, if we run our lives like businesses, I'm sure a lot of things would be simpler. Those businesses have lasted long because they are running on principles and the wisdom of so many people over so many generations. So there's something you can learn too. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't have, just because you're married, like, this is your friend, your confidant. Your husband doesn't want to know the silly things that you've done. He sees you in a certain persona. Please keep up the brand and speak certain things with certain people. Use the appropriate audience for certain things. Your cousins do not need to know that, I don't know what is a wild thing that you've done, but your cousins do not, especially if maybe you are the oldest cousin and all of these younger ones are looking up to you in terms of your education, your career choices, and stay in that persona with them, please. And have other friends that you talk about your crazy passions with, please. I may get a lot of phone calls after this asking me what are the crazy things that I do that they don't know. But hey, a girl is allowed to live your life. Vet people. Even long-lasting relationships evolve. At some point, parents have to treat their children as friends. or siblings in order to cohabit. You cannot be breathing down my neck telling me to go and sleep or what. Like, ma'am, I'm in my own house. Thank you very much. I make my own money and I take care of myself. Thank you very much. So I know and love that you took care of me for 20 years, but I can't relate to you the same way. So do not take every friendship from, because you know what, envy and jealousy is real. I really wish, like, sometimes I really wish I wasn't, but it is. Okay, don't stay in the framework that, oh, people are envious, people are jealous. Just be happy-go-lucky, be innocent, be smiling with everyone. But when you have noticed, when the Holy Spirit has made it a point to reveal it to you that this person is envious of you, when some people have even told you to be careful of this person or that this person is envious of you, please listen. Adjust the time, the effort that you put into that relationship and watch it fade away slowly. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's your girl Renaissance Kiki. See you next time.